Hello, folkens. Comparative, superlative. What is that? We all like to compare things and people. We do it all the time. So these words are useful. We're mostly talking about adjectives and in some cases adverbs. And comparative is the version where you add in English er, like nicer, better, wider, broader, quicker, quicklier. And superlative is the form when you add est in English. Finest, widest, longest, shortest, etc. And we have something very similar in Norwegian. Instead of adding er, we add ere. And then instead of adding est, well, we add est as well. In some cases, only st. And we also have a definite form where we add este or ste. And of course, we have some special comparatives and superlatives that change completely, like in English, good, better, best. Right? You don't say gooder and goodest, but good, better, best. We have the same thing in Norwegian, of course. God, bedre, best. But that's not the subject of today. The topic today is when can you not add er and est, or one of the other endings that are possible normally. If I remember correctly, in English, you cannot add it if the word is very long. But the same rule does not apply in Norwegian. I could, for instance, say vanskeligere. More difficult. So vanskelig is quite a long word. We can still add ere. So the length of the word doesn't have much to say. It has a little bit to say, because if the word is very long, then it might be because it's a compound word. And if that is the case, then you cannot add ere and est. Then what do you add instead? You have to add mer and mest. More and most. So for instance, let's take the example of the color blue. Blå. The color in itself, I can say bluer and bluest. Blå, blåere, blåest. But if I want to mix blue and green together, blågrønn, or turquoise, as it's also called, then it's a compound adjective, and I cannot inflect it with ere and est. I have to say mer blågrønn, mest blågrønn. The same thing with, for instance, red, rød. I can say rød, rødere, rødest. But what if I want to talk about a specific kind of red? What if I want to say vinrød? Wine red. Vinrød. I cannot say vinrødere, vinrødest. It's not possible. I have to say mer vinrød, mest vinrød. Very weird example. But you get the logic. So that's one case where you cannot add est or ere. Cannot make comparative and you cannot make comparative and superlative in one go. You have to add mer or mest in front. Another example are words that come and adjectives. Another example are adjectives that come from verbs. And I think these are quite intuitive. In English as well, you wouldn't add a comparative and superlative ending to them. Like, for instance, opptatt, which comes from å oppta, to take up. Here you have to say mer opptatt, mest opptatt. And we have many verbs like that are combined with prepositions or adverbs like å spise up, to eat up or to finish eating. Oppspist, which means eaten up. Maten oppspist. But I guess if something is eaten up, it cannot be more eaten up than eaten up. So that might be a very interesting way to use it. But for instance, the typical example, fornøyd. Fornøyd means content. Comes from the verb å fornøye, which is not used a lot today, but it means, but it's rarely used. It means to content someone, to make someone happy. More common is to use å glede. Å glede noen, to make someone happy. But that's where it comes from. And that is the reason why you cannot say fornøydere, fornøydest. Doesn't work. You have to say mer fornøyd, mest fornøyd. Okay, so adjectives originating from verbs. So when it comes to the verbs, what you can look for is that it would have the ending that you find in perfektum. For instance, har spist. So it would contain the word spist, has eaten. Or the ending ende, which is used when you talk about something that is doing something. For instance, spisende, eating. En spisende person, eating person. Another one that is more common is spennende. Spennende, exciting, which comes from the verb å spenne, which can mean different things. But in this case, it's to tense. That's a good translation, yeah. To tense something. To create tension. Any adjectives or adverbs finishing with lig can have endings, even if they come from a verb. And then the last category of adjectives that do not take the endings are foreign words. And that's a tricky category because Norwegian has a lot of foreign words. So how do we, what kind of foreign words are we talking about? Because a lot of the Norwegian words are not from Old Norse. Some of them come from Danish, some of them come from German, we have from English, and then we have from Latin or French, more specifically. Words that come from Danish and German and Old Norse, of course, they are not considered foreign words because they have been there for a very, very long time. But English, or the more modern words coming from English or words from Latin or French are the most common ones that you'll find. And they do not have any ending, like normal, original, spesiell, virtuell, turkis. There we have to say mer normal, mest normal, mer original, mest original. And what's the point of learning all this? Can't you just use mer and mest all the time? Sure, but it sounds a little bit weird if you use them. If you say mer and mest when you can actually just add ere or est, it sounds much better and it's easier to say as well. If you are unsure, just check in the dictionary and you'll see. If you do not find a table where you have comparative and superlative endings, then you know that that's not possible. You have to add mer or mest. And of course, this is for when you want to talk about something that is more of something or the most of something, right? But you can also make comparative and superlative the other way, when something is less and least, right? Mindre and minst. And then you don't have any options. It has to be with mindre and minst. So you would have to say mindre grønn, minst grønn, less green, the least green. So it only goes for when you want to talk about something that is more of something or the most of something. Okay? I'm going to give you 4 adjectives. And I want you to tell me which one of them can have an ending. And, well, the remaining ones cannot. So only one of these 4 adjectives can have the endings ERE and EST. Ready? Let's go. Dansende. Dancing. For instance, en dansende hund. A dancing dog. Kjedelig. Boring. Interessant. Kaldblodig. In cold blood. All right, that was it for today. I hope you learned something new and that now next time you are faced with an adjective or adverb that you don't know how to use, now at least you have 3 rules you can follow. Is it a compound adjective? Is it a conjugated verb? Or is it a foreign word? Tack för idag. Vi hörs.